The days of Cartoon Network being the dominant cartoon broadcasting network are long since gone, unfortunately. So it's just like the going of liquid television back when they were doing experimental animation with Aeon Flux and other animations. Now we have Cartoon Network that has lost its glory days and is broadcasting more of children's shows rather than the high octane Toonami content that they had back in the day. Such fantastic shows like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, the different Gundam series like Gundam Wing, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, and other transforming Gundam robot shows like Zoids. And then we have Knights of the Zodiac, which was a fantastic show, and it has multiple different seasons, multiple different iterations. It's got a movie. Then we have Cyborg 009, who ended up having an old traditional show and then also a remake. Same thing with Kikaider. It had the old traditional show, and then it had the live action show, and then it had the live action movie, and then you have the that one Wolf Song, and that show was doing really good. Evangelion is another show that was fantastic, and it ended up producing a wide variety of fan base that just grew. Then we have Outlaw Star, another fantastic anime that had beyond fantastic animation. We had Appleseed, Ronin Warriors, Rurouni Kenshin, Tenchi Universe, Big O. Big O was so popular that Big O even had a different iteration produced because it was so popular. It wasn't as great as the original, but it still was good enough to call for a continuation. And then Yu Yu Hakusho Spirit Detective, which is another fantastic show that just ended up blowing kids' minds, and it was competing with Dragon Ball Z, and then it wasn't competing with Dragon Ball Z because they found out that it was just a regular popular anime, so they ended up combining those fan bases. And then you got Voltron and Yu-Gi-Oh, Astro Boy, Black Lagoon, Black Clover, Cowboy Bebop. Come on, Cowboy Bebop was just beyond fantastic. It was so popular. It's still popular today. It only has one season, but all it needed was one season to tell a fantastic story. And that's what Toonami was. And they had so many more good shows, not to mention the classic cartoons that were also outstanding in quality, like Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Ed, and Eddie, Kids Next Door, Teen Titans, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, X-Men Evolution, X-Men, Static Shock, Batman Beyond, Inuyasha, Futurama, Two Stupid Dogs. The shows were fantastic on Cartoon Network, and I just don't see them doing it again. It's like the golden age has passed. The budgets are different now, and they can't get the same budgets that they were getting back then in order to get different titles, different animes, and they're producing different regular cartoon shows right now, but it's just like cartoon shows that are meant for children, not anime shows and cartoon shows that a parent can sit down and watch with his child and get into it together. Not as many kids watching Cartoon Network either. They're not watching Cartoon Network sitting down on TV. They're on their tablets, they're on their phones streaming content from YouTube, and they're just not sitting down and watching long form content from broadcast stations. Toonami used to show adult content late at night that was called The Rising Sun, and I just don't see them doing this anymore. They're broadcasting things that I just don't see people getting into, and they're doing so bad right now that they're actually losing viewers. They're consistent right now with some low viewership, but nowhere near the high numbers that they used to have back in the day. I can remember coming over to my friend's house and sitting down and just asking him about Dragon Ball Z and Outlaw Star and Trigun and all these other shows, and I was a kid, and he told me about them, and then I stayed over at his house and on the weekends, and I just saw these mind blowing animations, just these mind blowing content that I did not see on Warner Brothers or Fox Kids or anything like that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is what you're watching, and I'm watching this pittance. But yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them doing this again with the crazy content that they used to have. I think a new streaming service would really be fantastic if they could get original content back in the day like they used to have for Cartoon Network. I think that would be outstanding. If they could do something like that, that would be great. But I guess we're just stuck with Crunchyroll and stuff like that right now. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Cartoon Network and just put it out there into the ether and see what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy. I will see you in the next one. And yeah, peace.